guess who's back? Shubert.
This is Shubert dude. Came down here to speak to the legendary Marvin Gaye. Invited me to his house, everything. I've never seen a house this good with so much Omega stuff. Lord have mercy.
And my name's Michael Fells, Fall 78 Mighty Roadside Chapter, Tennessee State University, originally from Alexandria, Virginia. Remember the Titans, T.C. Williams High School class of 75.
I like that. You was actually in that movie, wasn't you? You was like part of
little Disney type of thing, but it was appropriate. I mean, it was a little bit. And there's a little bit of me in there. I like to think.
How you played on the football team?
I played football from 72 to 75, graduated in 75.
Was Coach Boone, he was there?
Coach Boone, Herman Boone, Towside 58. He's a legend, he's a mentor, he was everything you wanted in a disciplinarian as far as they're concerned, and he had a heck of an impact on everybody that played for him. I think we had like 17 to 18 bros that played the frat from that squad, so he was a heck of a guy.
I bet that one. So tell me about Mike. Tell me, how did you turn your passion into a business?
Oh, the business aspect came kind of late. I've always dibbed and dabbed. I think actually since about 1980 was when I actually did my first T-shirt. But I would just primarily do stuff for Roadside Chapter, for homecomings and things of that nature. I wasn't doing on any other scale. Just basically slinging T-shirts out of the back trunk of my car, and it just kind of evolved. After I finished my corporate days with the different corporations that I worked for, big things of that nature, I kind of eased into it. Right around 2012, something of that nature. When I kind of retired, I was looking for some passion, and I worked with another one of my friends. I worked in this T-shirt shop for a while, and after learning quite a bit and kind of work it to learn versus work it to earn, so to speak, and I seen how he ran his business, and he kind of mentored me. He taught me quite a few things about the industry, as far as the manufacturers, and I pretty much learned the whole gamut. And I was like, wow, this is impressive. And so I came here to Atlanta around 2013-14, and my wife, God bless her, I mean, she's been a heck of an impact on me. She said, why are you working for him? You know what I mean? So she said, go ahead and do your own thing. And so I just took a leap of faith and just got out there, and it just kind of blew up. And when COVID hit, it really, everybody sitting at home and things of that nature, it really took off tremendously. And I'm like, wow.
Nobody could move. You was like the line for the net.
Right. And I just kind of, just started trying to, do things that I would appreciate. Trying to buy things that you would have for a lifetime versus having for an event or things of that nature. So, and just kind of mimicking the things that I had seen during my infant stages with Omega. So I just kind of elevated that by looking at the bros from the 50s and the 60s, because I used to be extremely impressed with them, how they dress, how they wore their paraphernalia and things of that nature. So I just kind of mimicked guys that were my mentors and things of that nature.
How you get the name 78? That's when you crossed?
Oh no, my wife hated my name. I started business with Track Graphics ATL. She was like, I don't like that name. So I said, okay. And I said, well, she said, you need to change your brand, because that thing just don't sound right. And just something, and then the bros just started calling me 78. So I just kind of, transcended to that. Yeah, they called me 78, and I'm left out here, and I'm like, okay, we can turn this into a brand. You know what I mean? So I just changed, switched gears and changed the game with that. And it's been very, 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 very lucrative, so to speak.
What was the hardest part about building it? Like the whole building was the hardest part you had to go through?
Just taking with any new adventures, you're going to fail. You're going to fail at certain things. But what it does is you don't take it as a fail, you take it as a learned lesson. And a lot of things that, you make mistakes, you learn, I'm not going to do that anymore. So, and basically that's what you have to do, because, everybody fails a lot. We fail all the time, but we don't understand that just teaches us and makes our journey where we're trying to get to. If you still have your vision, you know where you're trying to get to, and you just keep moving forward, and keep trying to make up for those mistakes, and understand and take accountability for all the mistakes that you make. Don't blame it on your vendor, don't blame it on your manufacturer, don't blame it on, hey, you should have known better than making that decision. You were lackluster, and you were very incompetent. You were incompetent about the decision, and you made that decision. So you chose that person. So therefore, you got to own up and have accountability for all your mistakes. Don't talk, hey, this person, that person. No, it's on you.
Yeah. That's how I kind of took a lot of responsibility for a lot of mistakes I made when I was in my alcoholic addiction. Now it's like my accountability now is with all this. So I'm showing I took accountability. Now it's time to live on. That was a mistake. That's it. Now this is Shubert. It's like a different person.
That's right.
What separates people who talk about business to actually ones that build one?
A lot of people don't want to hear business. You know, a lot of times I talk business a little bit too much, and some people, because of their whatever their interests are, whatever the case, they say, oh, that's all they focus on. But when you're in business for yourself, you have to focus on your business. That's your number one goal. You have to eat, drink, and sleep. And I always say I doze, but I don't close, because I've never really closed, because I'm not, I'm always thinking about my next investment, my next move. And when I make a few dollars, I'm thinking about what can I take them few dollars and invest in it. I'm thinking about the next move all the time. And in our business, you have to have new products, and you got to always constantly evolve. You can't come back this year with the same things you had last year, because your customers, your repetitive customers, your repeat customers, they've already gotten it.
Yeah.
So when they come see you, they're gonna say, hey, I got this, I got this, I got this. So you got to keep evolving. If you notice, in the retail industry, every year they come out with new fashions and new things. Every spring, summer, fall, they always come out with new things. So you got to do that. You follow that same model, and that way you'll be successful. But if you keep staying kind of stagnant, the same old thing, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. I'm trying my brain to be new ideas always coming. How do you sort through them though? Like, that's my problem. Be so many. How do you know which one to be? Like, this is the one to go first. How do you sort through them?
You're not going to know. You are not going to know. I don't care what people say. You do not know what people are thinking. You know not what people are feeling. You don't know what people is going to attract people. What I'll do is I'll buy samples from my manufacturers. I'll get an idea. I'll get a sample of this, sample of this, sample of that. I'll put it on social media, and I'll see the response. Mm-hmm. If it goes viral, oh, I got something.
You got something, yeah.
I can't determine. I mean, I got plenty of things I can put it on the table. It might not sell for 3 years, and then I take it to an event, and it jumps. And you know what I mean? And my wife will say, "Don't take that. We don't never sell none of them." Mm-hmm. And I'll take them, and then they'll jump, and it'll be like, "See, I told you, you never know, bro. You cannot figure out what the people like."
Yeah, that's kind of how my reel was a good bro. I didn't know that it would jump how it did, but when it did, it was just first it was like, I may get 1,000. It just flew. When you heard that, what did you think about it?
What's that?
My reel, what's a good bro? What did you think?
Oh, bro, I was impressed. I was impressed with your vision. I was impressed with your way you carried yourself. The way when you approached me, I guess it was last year or the year before at the International Q Reunion, and I thought that's a hit. First thing I said, that's a hit. If you get out there and you make you some friends, I mean, and that's what our fraternity is about, is friendship, bro. You can't do nothing without the friends, bro. So the more friendships you make, and I always talk about, I was told something way back in the day from a 59 Roadside bro who's our mentor and who's a trailblazer, is Fillmore Graham. And he's always come around. He said, always talk to a brother 10 to 20 years younger than you and 10 to 20 years older than you. So if you're going to get input from both people, you can learn from the brothers 10 years younger, and you can learn from the brothers 10 years older. So don't think that you know everything, but always communicate and talk Omega with them, and things will just progress, and you'll pick up things from everybody. I mean, I call young brothers all the time, and hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? As far as the technical, because they're a lot smarter and they're in a different era, so they have different attributes that they can offer me that can help me, because I'm a little, I'm kind of like a dinosaur nowadays.
Yeah, a dinosaur. You ain't a dinosaur.
Yeah,
I get you.
But I'm not familiar with the technology and things of that nature. But I can adapt and I can change to it.
That's all it's about.
And I'll pick the phone up and call the young brother and ask him for suggestions and ask him to tutor me a little bit, boom, 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 and bring me up to speed on what's trending. And if you talk to your older brother, he's going to give you that wisdom. He's going to give you that knowledge. He's going to put you on investments, things of that nature. And you watch how he carries himself, how he made his money, how he been successful financially, how he raised his daughters, things of that nature. You pick up little attributes. How did you send your kid to Notre Dame? How do you send your kid to Colgate? How do you send your son to Harvard? How did that happen? And you came from a little teeny Lane College or something of that nature. You know what I mean? And I mean, and those things are amazing feats when I see that.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that one. What does success look like to you now compared to 20 years ago?
Oh, just family, man. Love for your family and being able to produce and take care of your family. A good family home, just a peace. learning how to just deal with that, just to strive toward that, strive toward independence and things of that nature, and family values, bro. Being with your family. A lot of times I take trips, got my daughters with me, my nieces, things like that. That makes me feel so good because I have my family with me.
Makes the trip better.
It makes the trip a whole lot better. I mean, employees are messy, but family is just loving because you get to spend time with them and you get to, just listen to them and talk to them and watch them grow and see the impact that you've had on your family, that they turned out the way they did. That's more important to me, and being able to help and just assist as many people as I possibly can.
What advice would you give me, somebody that's striving to do kind of like the same thing in the same business? What advice would you give me to move forward?
Friendship. First of all, have faith in God. Have your vision laid out. Go for your vision. Do not listen to the naysayers. Stay focused. And be on go all the time. Always focus. You have to think about what you're doing all the time. You have to give God praise on a daily basis and ask Him for guidance. And if you need somebody to talk to, He's always available. So what you got to do is just stay focused and have that vision and understand what you're trying to do. Okay, once you decide that, and the only person that's going to do that is you. Mm-hmm. The only person that's going to put in that work is you. Mm-hmm. So you have to go ahead and go. People are going to say, man, all you do is eat, drink. Yeah, I mean, that's me. You understand? That's what makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that I can have something to give and make some type of impact on other people. So you have to be focused. You have to stay focused. You can't get lazy. You can't sit up and watch TV. You can't sit around, play around, sit up in the club, all that kind of stuff. That's not gonna elevate you.
Yeah, it's not gonna move me forward. Like, I don't
open a book, read, study. You know what I mean? Get on YouTube or whatever and listen to things, listen to other people. That way you can become well-rounded and informative. As much information as you can obtain it.
I don't do the club thing, and I barely sleep. Like, my girl be trying to get me to watch TV. I can't watch TV. I'm like, I got 10 videos I got.
I mean, it puts me to sleep. I mean, but you have to be informed, bro, and you have to surround yourself. You have to make friends, bro. You have to make friends, and that people are going to help elevate you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what you do is you surround yourself with friends, because during my journey, I know the Omegas High Five. I mean, we're the baddest brothers I ever met, I ever know. My doctor's an Omega, my insurance man, my handyman. You know what I'm saying? I surround myself around friends because of the fact that they're going to elevate you. Okay, a friend can rebuke you and you are not angered, mm-hmm. or he can praise you and you're not embarrassed. Mm-hmm. The sweetest gift that life can bring. So you want to make friends, and you want to make, and you got to be a good judge of character. I mean, everybody ain't all right, but you'll be able to read that immediately. And a lot of times you have to listen. And sometimes if you walk in a room, just listen. You don't have to be the focal point of the room. Just sit there and listen, because you learn when you listen. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand that.
But when you're doing this, you ain't listening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that's important. I
tell me that every time on the phone. Listen.
I tell you all the time on the phone when I talk to you. You do. Bro, listen. You're doing this, bro. Whenever you start conversation with someone, like, bro, I haven't had an opportunity to even express myself, but you know what I'm talking about. But you already know. You read minds now.
You do.
So therefore, you have to sit back and absorb. A lot of times, absorb the conversation and understand, and let the people talk, and then take your time when you speak. Take your time. Mm-hmm. Don't try to speak fast. Gather your thoughts. Take your time and and have an impact. You can't have an impact if you're doing like this, bro. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You have to take your time so they can absorb the conversation.
I agree with that one. So, if the frat had a personality, what did you think it would be? What would it be?
Friendship and being able to make an impact on helping our youth and helping our kids and helping our community. Bro, I get so much enjoyment out of assisting and helping people, man, and that's what it's about, bro. I mean, getting back to Fillmore Graham, he started a boys club in his garage, and it blew up to a school, Continental Boys Club Omega, off of Vallejo, California. Bro, he's produced doctors, lawyers, athletes, you name it, across the spectrum, sending them to Stanford, Harvard, Yale. These are people from single family home, man, and I've had the opportunity to be in his presence, man, and I just get chills just being around him because of the fact that just the impact that he had on his community and on the Brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And on our chapter and things of that nature. And you got to try to. It was truly a pleasure and an honor to be in the presence of him and a brother like Harrison Floyd, 67, Rosa, Woody Bell. I mean, I can go on. Vincent. I mean, Walter Vitt. I could keep going on and on and on of just being around these brothers that really kind of exemplify manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. You know what I'm saying? And they were the epitome of that. And you watched them, and they were just so smooth and so knowledgeable, and they moved the impact. And when they walk in the room lit up. There you go. There go him. Him. That's him.
I like that. That's what I'm trying to get.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be him. You know what I mean? And they were like, that's him. There you go. You know what I'm saying? And you straighten up a little bit, and you get a little tense, and like, oh shoot. You know what I mean? Kind of like your father, or your grandfather, or you know what I mean? Hey, I better be on my best behavior now because he's here. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
So that, and that's what and that's what's important, bro. Because the fraternity has so many amazing leaders that we have that I can't imagine my life without it, so to speak. But it's taught me a lot about just friendship and just mentorship and just leadership and things of that nature. So what we gotta try to do is just have an impact and create leaders. You know what I mean? Find that one, that light is shining, and he shines a mega light, and just pour into him, help him. You know what I mean? Get help from him, things of that nature. You know what I mean? You got to be able to give. You got to be able to give. You got to be able to give back. As long as we're giving back, we're going to have an impact.
You do that, but I think we can reach a little more deeper into like the neighborhoods instead of, because a lot of this is a program back in Tampa where a lot of the kids that they got are friends of brothers, kids of brothers, or kids of brothers they know, and
they're not the ones that we need to be reaching.
Yeah, instead of how do we reach deeper down? Because I went to a couple of juvenile centers and spoke, and if it say 40 kids, I said, how many of y'all know our cardinal principles? None of them. And they were inside the prison, but they should know that too. They still 16, 17. If they knew that, then maybe they wouldn't have got in touch with them. How do we reach deeper in to them? But
there's a whole bunch of avenues. Down in Central Florida, I've had the pleasure of chairing an event that I really had a passion for, and what I did was a back-to-school youth health fair. Okay, and I'd go out and I solicit doctors, optometrists, dentists, and things of that nature. And what I would do is have those kids come in, and we would provide personal hygiene supplies. We do physicals. We do dental exams. We had an optometrist do eyeglass exam, because a lot of those kids don't have a toothbrush. A lot of them don't have had never had a dental exam, never had a physical. Okay, so what we try to do is take care of their health first. And I know we focus a lot of times on adults' health, right? But sometimes we don't focus on kids' health.
Yeah, we forget about them.
We forget about them. So I included a back to school youth health fair, and I went out to Winter Park Health Foundation, who's a big foundation down in Central Florida, and I got them as a sponsor, and they would donate the backpacks, all that store. And then I involved the community. I went out in the community with the doctors, the dentists, and I had them come in, and we would screen all the kids, right? I mean, they had parents had to sign waivers, but we'd actually screen them for health things before they could even get any school supplies. Okay, you got to go through every
step,
every stage. You got to go to get a physical, get an eye exam, dental exam, things of that nature before you get any type of school supply.
I like that
and your parents had to be with you. So, but that helps, because, like I said, and we got to reach out to those communities that are less fortunate than we are.
Yeah, because we just got to go deeper.
Right.
Like, we in there, but we ain't in there yet.
And we do a lot. We do amazing work. We do some amazing work. But I mean, it's whatever your passion is. I mean, a lot of times we say, what can we do? What can you do?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're focused on talking about what we can do. It's what can you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My passion is inside the jails. I like to go inside. Like, I've been in like a couple of juvenile facilities inside of Florida. Like, I like that because I was one of them kids when I was 17. You know, and I got a lot of my friends with them kids when they were 17. That was the conversation that everybody talked to when they was kids. Like, they was in here, they was in this place and that place doing that. This judge, I knew kids that knew about judges giving sentences and stuff. And I'm like, huh? But then when I went in, I was like, oh wow. So I want to reach back into that. So that's my contribution that I want to give back. You know,
I get it.
Inside
I get it. And that's a good thing. And that's a good thing, bro. You just find your lane, and you go. And you go. And you whatever parts you need to make that happen. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when I do things, I'll I'll mention this to you. Hey man, I'm gonna need you next time. I'm gonna need you in 6 months. I'm working on this project. Hey, and boom, boom, boom. And as I'm talking to the bro, hey, I'm gonna need you for this. I'm gonna need you for this. I'm gonna need you for this. Hey, and I call him back 2 or 3 months. Hey, bro, you still out? You still gonna be out? And that way, I would put my committee together, and whatever parts I needed, I would go out and solicit it from the bros. And most of the time, bro, you gotta have faith in your frat brothers. You know, I got faith in my frat brothers. You ask them, they'll come. They'll help. They'll help. But
how do you get the young brothers to understand that part about the faith? Cause they don't reach back as much.
Well, you have to get them when they're young to understand. We have to impact them when they're young. We have to show them better. We can tell them. Invite them to an event. Let them see how you move. And once they see how you move, they're going to try to emulate that. I've seen how Fillmore Grahams and the Harrison Fords and the Woody Bells and how them bros move, and how they were in their community, how they respected their community. And I learned I wanted to be more like them. I wanted to move like they move. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For some of my older brothers that I kind of emulated, because I tell her I pledged to make a Psi Phi fraternity. I came through at Rho Psi, so we have to understand that we pledged to make Psi Phi. So that's what we got to give to it. We got to give back to it. You know what I mean? And that's what I found is, as you can see right there. Those are the ones who blaze the trail for us.
You've been giving back a lot though. Like talk about your contribution that you're giving back to Rho Psi.
Well, that's goes without saying. And like I said, I had the opportunity of meeting with 61, 62, 65, 67, Brother Harrison Ford, Brother Larry Brown, and brothers of that nature that started that thing, and seeing their vision. And this is way back, I think it was like 2000. And when we started our alumni chapter, Rho Psi alumni chapter, and I watched this thing, and I've seen the vision that they laid out when they laid it out, and I'm like, I was in awe. I was like, wow, I'll never be able. I don't know if this is going to work. Things of that nature. I know they were going to do 5,000 for this, 2,000 for this, 1,000 for this, and I couldn't even rub 2 nickels together at that time. You know what I'm saying? But it just, the more I just couldn't let it be, and it's something that pushed me. It's like, hey man, you got to come with it. You got to come with it. Because the legendary Qs do legendary stuff. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to be like, I'd be one of them legends. So I just kind of piggybacked off them and watched how they moved. And God blessed me, so I could have the opportunity to give back to Tennessee State University. We started out, I think, in 2000 with $100,000 endowment fund. Our endowment fund's up to like about $700,000 or $800,000 now, and we plan on getting up to $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, and things of that nature. And I look on that board and I'll be like, oh, I'm about number 2, 3 on that board.
That's so good.
You know what I mean? And it makes me feel good because of the fact that I think I'm him anyway. I'm a little cocky at times, but that's where I wanted. That's where I wanted to be. I wanted to be like them. The Everett Fennells and the Harrison Fords, and you understand what I'm saying? These brothers made an impact on me, and I wanted to be him too. So, I wanted to follow in their footsteps, so to speak. I wanted, and every time I try to tell them, hey, I'm coming for you, they'd be like, you have the same view you always had. But these some bad boys, man. I'm talking about some bad boys. These Q's some rough boys. They bad boys.
I tell you that sometimes I'm coming for you because I say I'm the next one to be here, you have it now.
Nah, you ain't gonna be able to come like that, dog. I'm 78, though. I ain't. When was you made?
03.
Oh shoot! You're a puppy, man. We're gonna get you off them diapers first.
That'll work.
Get you off that Similac and stuff.
That'll work.
But you got to put in the work first, bro. We got to put in the work.
I'm doing it though.
You got to write some checks, man. Give back, and take care of some people. You know what I mean?
It'll be there soon.
And have an impact. You know what I mean? Then your name will become a household name. So.
That'll work.
But for good things, not bad. For the good things, and the more blessings you give, the more blessings you're gonna get, bro. I firmly believe in that. So but that's the way that goes, bro. But
so last question, right? So I had Philly Joe. He gave a perspective to the about what the young brothers, what they kind of need to do. My question to you is, what responsibility does the old heads have to the young brothers?
Quite a bit. We got to understand the fact that we were 17 and 18 and 19 years old. See, a lot of us have a tendency to forget that. Why did, bro, you was 18, 19 too. What did you do at 18, 19? Mm-hmm. A lot of us mature in life and been through our journey and stuff like that, and we try to, look down upon the mistakes they make and things of that nature. But what we gotta do is embrace them and teach them a better way, teach them a way, and then they'll see it. But you gotta understand that that's just immaturity. When you're 18, 19 years old, what you know?
Mm-hmm. Nothing.
And you the bruh.
Yeah.
You know, all you want to do is jump up and down. You know what I mean?
You don't know nothing else.
That's all you don't know nothing else. You understand what I'm saying? And drink, get drunk, fall out, whatever the case may be. But we have to realize that we was at that age. But we don't have to chastise them. All we do is whisper in their ear. Because a lot of old brothers used to tell me when I was being a fool. Because I graduated magna cum laude from fool school too now.
Nice.
So the old brothers come in would whisper in my ear, "Hey man, you don't want to do that. Hey, slow your roll." Hey, they would whisper. They ain't put me out on Front Street and talk to me bad in front of people and try to, they would whisper in my ear, and that had more impact, and as if I was letting them down, and that made more of an impact on me. Oh shoot!
Yeah, you thought about it more.
You thought about it more because of the way they approached me. They didn't approach me, and put me on. Hey, you did this, you did that. No. They'd whisper in my ear, "Hey, bro, that was a bad decision. Boom, boom, boom. You need to do this.
Need you understand it.
Don't make us don't do that. The bros don't do that. We don't carry ourselves like that. You need to straighten yourself, straighten your act up. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that, bro. And it had more of an impact. Whereas if you'd have confronted me in front of people, I would have, you know what I mean?
You want. Then it's trying to be a show. It ain't about what I did. Now
And
I'm defending my honor at this point. My ego.
Right. You put me on blast. Yeah, you put me on blast, boy, in front of people. I'm going. I'm a buck. I'm going. Oh, well, you know what I mean? And I'm going to get attitude. It's not going to get to me.
Yeah.
But if you whisper in my ear on an individual basis, then that has more of an impact.
Yeah. I agree with that. I definitely agree.
Walk with foes and don't lose the common touch.
Hopefully the old heads and young bucks can see this and they say, all right, that's what we're going to do from now on. But this is Shubert. Came down here to speak to the legendary Marvin Gaye. Invited me to his house, everything. I've never seen a house this good with so much of makeup. Lord have mercy. Thank you. Keep watching.
That roadside cue, dog. They call me 78, dog. We out.
Like, subscribe to the channel. We coming with more, man.
This is LeBron, and that's Kareem right there. Them the bros. These the bros right here. These my boys.
That part. Till next time. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see more on how to connect these broken lines and show the world what brotherhood really looks like.